This is a quote from a good friend of mine, Brian Kramer, and he says, "I don't care what language you speak, who your brand is, or what message you're sending. We all need to speak more human." I want to start off with a stat. This number, 182.9 billion, this is the number of emails in 2013 that were sent and received. 182.9 billion emails. What's the best subject line? You know, what should I send out to my customers? What's going to work the most? What's going to get the most opens? The beauty of email is you can test all this stuff. You can do a test and see which subject line performs better for opens, for clicks, for conversions, whatever metric is important to you. Because where you want to be careful is you don't want this super creative subject line that gets people to open, and they open the email and it looks like the one from the DMV, you know, boring and stale. A colleague of mine, Heidi, got this email with the subject line, "So I'll pick you up at 7." So if you got this email, what are you thinking? Who's it from? Anybody? Who's it from? Friend. It's probably from a friend, right? In fact, it was from a B2B company. What do you guys think? Creative subject line or deceptive? The first sentence in here is, "How awkward is that, Heidi?" Remember, this email was to my colleague, Heidi. "We don't even know each other, and I'm already planning on picking you up." That's how B2B referral programs come across. Too much, too soon. So I love this. They take the subject line and right away diffuse it and say, "Hey, we sort of intentionally tricked you. We wanted you to open this email, but here's why." And then they close out with a nice call to action to watch the demo. And if you see at the very bottom there, it's from Jim Williams, the VP of Marketing, and he says, "P.S. I'm actually busy tonight, so can't make it at 7, maybe another time." So it ties the email together nicely, I thought. They created in the first week 7 new opportunities. And so, again, let's assume that this is a quote-unquote dead list. 7 new opportunities is not bad, right, of people that might not have been engaged before. The positive feedback outweighed the negative. And the feedback he got was mostly from people tweeting about it, sharing it on other social networks, or emailing back to him directly. Ridiculous, totally deceptive. I had no idea what you were talking about. But oh so effective. Excellent way to catch my attention. You win, tell me more. You have to be very careful with this sort of stuff, because I said there's a fine line. You know, the CAN-SPAM Act of 2003, this is the one that governs email marketing. And there's a part in there that says, do not use deceptive subject lines. The subject line must accurately reflect the content of that message. I don't know if there's any attorneys in here. I am clearly not one. I don't pretend to be one, so, but I can tell you this is one of those things that is very hard. This is up for interpretation. I mean, if you look at that particular subject line, is that deceptive? I mean, I don't know. I mean, in this room alone, we weren't sure. You can definitely test this stuff with your particular audience. I'm not suggesting that you go that far over the line, but I am suggesting that you try different subject lines to see what works. I want to show you a couple what I think are really neat examples of landing pages. This is one that somebody forwarded to me. This is actually at the bottom of the email. And there's in the footer, it says, you've seen this before with email companies, it says powered by. Maybe your company does that. You know, you have this powered by. And what's really neat about this is typically what happens when you click on this powered by button. Where do you go? Yeah, you go to their homepage, right? Just standard, boring homepage, and you know, maybe you go to their about page if you're lucky, right? But what happened was, for this particular one, you click on this one for Ryan Solutions, and you go to this page. Welcome foot link clickers. And I'm not going to read you this whole thing, but this is what that copy says. We're glad you gave our logo a click. And then it tells you a little bit about what Ryan Solutions does. 404 is the dead page. If you're on Internet Explorer, this is what the default looks like. This page cannot be found. I never knew what to do on this page. There's so many different things to click on and directions, and I don't know if I'm supposed to reload the page. I don't know what apache.org means. Think about your own 404 page. How can you make it a little bit more creative and not boring, and you know, maybe put a video on there, maybe do something just a little bit different. To me, there is not a more human way to communicate than to use video. When you see somebody's face, when you hear their voice, when you see how they interact, you can be a lot more human with somebody. Just do something a little different with your email signature. For a while, my email signature just said my name, and at the bottom it says, does anybody really read email signatures? Maybe a dozen people in the first week email me, and part of their response said, yes, I do read email signatures. And it's just a good way to engage with somebody. It's a good way to be a little different and stand out. Most of you probably have never even modified your opt-out landing page. Most of your landing pages probably look something like this after you've been unsubscribed. This is at least a little bit creative, right? You've been unsubscribed and they put in there something that says sad face. But I'm guessing most of you just have a basic unsubscribe page and you maybe fill in your email address and you click it and you're unsubscribed. When you go to unsubscribe from Bonobos, it says, how much Bonobos do you want in your life? And those different buttons, because I know it's hard to see, there's 4 different options. How about once a week? Let's take it slow, Bonobos. Or once a month, I like you, Bonobos, like. It's not you, it's me, Bonobos. I need a 30-day break. Or finally, unsubscribe, sniff, it's over, Bonobos. And they were actually, the company that did this for them, they were actually able to track this. And they said with that form, they saved 25% of the opt-out bound subscribers. So of the people who were going to who clicked unsubscribe, a quarter of them decided to change their preferences and lower their frequency. And with other efforts, they were able to reduce that attrition by 86%. Confirmation emails, just like welcome emails, are some of the highest opened emails ever because somebody just took some sort of action. So after they, in the B2B world, maybe they subscribe to a webinar, they downloaded a white paper. So, that next email you send them, they're pretty engaged already. It's a good opportunity to do a little bit more. So this is after you've ordered CDs. Your CDs have been gently taken from our CD Baby shelves with sterilized, contamination-free gloves and placed onto a satin pillow. A team of 50 employees inspected your CDs and polished them to make sure they were in the best possible condition before mailing. Our packing specialist from Japan lit a candle and a hush fell over the crowd as he put your CDs into the finest gold-lined box that money can buy. We all had a wonderful celebration afterward, and the whole party marched down the street to the post office where the entire town of Portland waved bon voyage to your package on its way to you and our private CD Baby jet on this day, Sunday, November 18th. I hope you had a wonderful time shopping at CD Baby. We sure did. Your picture is on our wall, Customer of the Year. We're all exhausted, but can't wait for you to come back to cdbaby.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sigh. That is a confirmation email. I don't care what industry you're in, right? We all are human. We all are speaking to each other. And I think in this industry in particular, you have more of an opportunity because people don't expect that, right? People expect the message to be more like 7729 service inquiry. So you have a chance to be more human. So again, I want to stress, I don't care what industry you're in, who you're talking to, we all need to speak more human.